Okay, day 2 of my composting bin. Every so often I've been adding water to it, and that seems to have gotten the smell down a bit. Now it's quite humid and muggy in Hong Kong right now, so the smell has been quite terrible, but the water seems to help. So possibly one of the reasons why my bin has been smelling as much as it has is because there's just not enough water. So let's take a look at what's been going on underneath. As you can see, the amount of stuff that's actually, the amount of decomposing stuff has actually gone down a bit. And are there actually any, when I looked at it earlier today, there was actually worms within the newspaper itself. So let's see if I can actually pull some out. Yep, there we go. As you can see, big honking worms. Big, huge honking worms, which is awesome. So, yep, and they're basically all over the place. They've been eating at everything. So, what I'm going to do today is actually, wow, and I also do have some white bugs in here as well. Hopefully, those will go away in time, but I don't know if you can see this. Maybe not. There's tiny little white bugs around. It could just be from some of the decomposing stuff, but hopefully, they'll go away in time. So what I'm going to do now, because today is a day that I'm actually going to add more food in. I'm going to add about 2 pounds worth of food in. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix up this pile first. Actually, what I'm going to do is, wow, the number of worms that are just here is just insane. And as soon as they see the light, they go underneath because they are light sensitive. So anyways, breaking up the food, breaking things up. And they are all congregated. Wow, look at this huge massive bunch right in the corner here. Now I'm going to take some newspaper and actually start to mix this in as well. As I said yesterday, using chopsticks is actually really efficient way of mixing stuff. So if you know how to use a pair of chopsticks, definitely use this. Makes it slightly easier. You don't have to get your hands too dirty with it. Okay, other side. On the other side, yet again, on the corners here, is like you definitely see a lot of stuff. So, also get some newspaper, start mixing some of these guys here in. Now, as long as you're gentle with your chopsticks, it's like it'll be fine towards the worms. I'm not really applying too much pressure or whatnot to it. So the worms are very active right now, which is very interesting. Carrots and whatnot. So next thing is I have muck here. And also discarded vegetables, old vegetables in the fridge and stuff like that. So it's about 2 pounds worth of stuff. So Now there's actually a lot of liquid and stuff like that as well. There's carrots, there's beetroot. Let's see how well this does today. So yeah, there we go. As you can see, worms are definitely getting into the newspaper, which is great, which means it's like they're comfortable with it. I will also add some more liquid to this pile first before I add a fresh layer of newspaper on top. So, kind of like a cup, you know. Now, worms actually prefer to have a quite wet environment. This does not suffocate them, okay? And what I've been learning, or what I think is happening, is the wetter it is, the easier it is to control some of the smell. Just a tiny bit more newspaper on top. And this is just dry stuff, so I'm not actually going to wet it down. And that is it for today. Actually, one more thing is, you want to check the bottom bin to see if there's anything that came underneath it. And because yesterday we actually found a worm. Oh, look at that! There's a big honking worm just right there. Not sure how it is that it found its way down there. It is still alive, still kicking. So what I am going to have to do is drop it back in, and that's it. The great thing about having these boxes is that it just makes it very, very easy just to be quite consistent with everything. Anyways, that's it for day 2. See y'all.